All right, guys, so we have an update on the story that I did yesterday about the maskless Karen that went crazy on a plane because a older man was not wearing a mask while he was allegedly trying to eat. Okay, and she went insane, right? And this is a follow-up video to this. Is the Atlanta Police Department has released a statement about this incident, and I wanted to talk about that more and add a little bit more to what I was saying yesterday because I have some more thoughts about this story. But before we do that, I just want to remind you guys what went down on the plane just so that you guys can remember. Take a look.
Yeah, put your mask on. Who invited you to come
I'm eating and I can
drink your ass up? Don't you dare talk to me like that.
God damn it.
You stand, you're standing yourself up. Stand your ass up. Stand your ass up.
Sit down, Karen.
Karen?
You're a damn Karen.
No.
Sit down.
Sir.
Sit down, Karen.
Sit down, please.
Ma'am,
Sit down. You're the
Oh, no, you're the man.
ma'am, do you want the police to meet you on the ground?
What about him?
Mask up, now.
Mask up.
Put your
I'm
mask
eating
up.
and
Tell
drinking.
him to
I'm
mask
eating and
up.
drinking.
Tell him to
You got
mask
your
up.
mask down.
Sir,
She went crazy on the airplane. Punched this man in the face, spit on him, scratched him, poured hot water on my leg.
All right, guys, so that's a more shortened version and tame version of the video that doesn't include the parts where she hits the man in the face and spits on him, okay? But as you can see there, she was completely out of control, right? And at the end of that video, it looks like that the police kind of took her in. Now we have an update from the police in regards to what happened. So let's read here. Disturbance call, Hartsfield Jackson International Airport. On December 23rd, Atlanta police responded to Hartsfield Jackson International Airport in reference to a disturbance call involving an unruly passenger on a Delta flight from Tampa, Florida to Atlanta, Georgia. Upon arrival, officers met with Delta employees at gate A11 to await the arrival of the flight. When the aircraft arrived at the gate, officers were able to meet with exiting passengers who advised that the suspect, Miss Patricia Cornwall, had caused a disturbance while in the air. This disturbance led to the injury of fellow passengers and Delta employees. Based on the statements gathered and visible evidence, officers detained Miss Cornwall and contacted the on-call FBI agent. The officers then relocated with Miss Cornwall to the domestic Atlanta Police Precinct, where FBI agents responded and took custody of Miss Cornwall. Nothing further to report at this time. Okay, so Miss Cornwall, right? She's in FBI custody. Feds got to her, okay? And one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this again is because I have some extra thoughts I want to add just in light of a video I just did about men and women and gender equality, and also the video I did earlier today about the liberal media freaking out about the dad that tricked Joe Biden into saying, "Let's go, Brandon." Right? You have a situation like this where this woman not only hits this man, but she also spits on him. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, if this man would have got up and knocked this woman's teeth down her throat, would the left-wing media had covered this story? Right? Would they had actually gave a damn about this story if this man had got up and hit this woman? Okay? Because personally, okay, I don't necessarily believe that men and women are equal when it comes to physical attributes and stuff like that, and gender roles and stuff, right? I actually believe in gender roles, and I generally don't support seeing men put their hands on women. However, if I was on this flight and he happened to do that, right, in self-defense, I would just be like, hey, gender equality, man. You know what I'm saying? That's literally what I would have said. I would have said gender equality, okay? This was self-defense, right? That's what I would have said, okay? And the left-wing liberal media and the woke revolutionaries, they would have to agree, right? Because they've been telling us that men and women are equal, right? And I just find it amazing how this woman, like, really thought that it was okay for her to put her hands and spit on a man like that without thinking about the potential repercussions, not just when she got off the plane being arrested, but also what this man could have did to her, right, in response. Because there's no doubt in my mind that if this man lost control, he could have easily overpowered her, okay? Easily. So that being said, this man used a whole lot of restraint, okay? And if he would have lost it again, I would have been like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I would have done. But I'm glad he didn't, right? I'm glad he was restrained because that means he won't face any type of legal issues. He won't get in trouble for it. And if he would have done that, what would have happened was that the mainstream media actually would have gave a damn about the story. They would have covered it, and then they would have framed it as man beats woman on plane after refusing to wear a mask. That's how the mainstream liberal media would have framed it, right? And then they would have used it as a way to smear the so-called anti-maskers, right? The people that don't want to wear masks. That's what they would have done, right? That's what they would have done. But because it was a lunatic, a woman who was not wearing a mask herself, trying to berate a man who happens to not have been wearing a mask while he was allegedly eating, oh, they just gonna not cover it, right? They're not gonna cover it. But they're sitting out here at the same time trying to tell us that a man, a father, a dad, telling the president of the United States, let's go Brandon, is violence, right? They've been covering it for the last 3 days. That's been the #1 news story for the last 3 days. As if that's something that the American citizens really should be all that concerned about, right? I think it's the average person. I should be more concerned about Karens in the wild that are trying to play mask police, right, than I would about some random father that told the president, let's go Brandon. But again, the father that told the president, let's go Brandon, that's violence. He's an insurrectionist according to CNN and the mainstream liberal media, right? He deserves to be doxxed, okay, and exposed. However, I'm not seeing this same energy for this woman, right? Again, I'm not a supporter of doxing anybody. I don't think you should dox people, okay? I think that's wrong. But I'm just saying I'm not seeing that same energy, right? Just like you never see the same energy when it comes to any type of violence from the left. You don't see any of that energy. When it came to BLM protests, whatever, right? Antifa riots, whatever. But God knows if you're a parent and you're concerned about your child's education and mandates in school as a parent, and you speak up at a school board meeting, you might be arrested and labeled a domestic terrorist, right? By the FBI and the Department of Justice, okay? You're a domestic terrorist. But if you punch and assault somebody on a plane because they're not wearing a mask, whatever. We need to worry about this dude that said, let's go Brandon, right? When again, I've seen time and time again, people get in these fights, starting fights, because they want to dictate and control somebody's life, right? I've seen people out here taking pictures of folks just because they're not wearing masks in public, taking pictures of their kids, trying to put their information online, doing all types of crazy stuff, just because they're not wearing a mask or whatever in public. It's crazy. These people are brainwashed, man. These people are in a cult. I literally saw a picture yesterday that Joy Reid posted on Christmas of her Christmas tree that apparently every single year she names it after some celebrity or something. And this year, apparently she named the tree after Anthony Fauci, right? Called it Anthony Fauci, right? That's what she named the tree. Okay, then she proceeds to post a video of her wearing a shirt with a black Santa Claus on it, carrying the vaccine.
Joy, what do you want for Christmas this year?
I already got it. You being on the readout.
Oh,
I got
well.
it. So
Well, I've got to finish up with our song. Are you ready for our song?
do it.
Joy to the world. Joy is here at MSNBC.
Yeah, I almost threw up in my mouth when I saw that. Okay, and I don't blame you if you did as well. Okay, but yeah, these people are in a cult, right? They're in a cult. I'm so serious. I mean, she was the same person, Joy Reid, that was an ardent, hardcore anti-vaxxer last year, right? Just because Trump was president. Okay, and now all of a sudden, she is the vaccine crusader, right? The disciple of Moderna and Pfizer. Okay, that's what she is. It's just crazy, man, that the world that we live in, how obsessed people become with this stuff, right? And it's mainly driven by the mainstream media and how they push this stuff on people, mainly to cause more division, right? That's what they do, okay? They divide and conquer, and they radicalize folks, right? This woman has been radicalized, okay? But again, the only people they talk about as domestic extremists in this country are people that is associated with the right, right? Or that happen to be white or stand up at school board meetings, right? For their kids. Okay? When most acts of violence in this country, at least from what I'm seeing, right? From what I'm seeing, a large amount of violence in this country, political violence specifically, is coming from left-wing movements. It just is. It just is. But again, those people are never talked about as domestic extremists, right? When they have been radicalized. So yeah, with that being said, I hope this radical extremist here, I hope that she gets punished to the full extent of the law, right? She's probably going to be facing a whole lot of charges, some fines. Apparently, you can be fined like $30,000 for doing what she did on that plane. And I hope that she gets the full fine, right? And I hope she gets jail time, and I hope they throw away the key. I really do, right? I really do. People like her should be punished to the full extent of the law, and they should make an example out of her, right? Because she had no business doing what she was doing, and really considering how she wasn't wearing a mask while she was doing what she doing, what she was doing really had no point at all, okay? Had no point at all. And I hope the man sues her too. Let me not forget about that. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.